Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel. It's Sean. In today's video, we are going to talk about hyperpigmentation and dark spots. And I know that this is such a sensitive topic for so many, especially a lot of the girls that follow me that are in their, teens, the preteens, in their 20s, and also some ladies who are now in their 30s are talking about hyperpigmentation. How can you get rid of it? It's such a triggering topic, and it's also trending on social media. So not only am I going to recommend these products and bring the science to them, I'm also going to walk you through hyperpigmentation and the 4 major causes so that you have a better understanding. And remember, with my channel, I want to get you more educated about things, because if you know the why, then you know how to mitigate future problems from happening. So without further ado, let's get started on what you can do to get rid of your hyperpigmentation or to prevent it. 3 major demographics that are affected by hyperpigmentation. There is the Asian community, people of color, as well as the Spanish community. And this is, again, an ongoing problem, and people get really down in the dumps about having hyperpigmentation. I always share this story because I want you all to understand that I too was there. When I was in high school, I was called Cheetah all throughout high school because I had dark spots all over my face, and my cousin took me to prom. And back then it was such a Debbie Downer. I was in a lot of sports. I was always at the forefront, and yet I was, teased because of this. And my mom got tired of it, and so she ended up taking me to a dermatologist who put me on Accutane, and then that cleared everything up. After that, I was using Clinique, and that helped to keep my skin clear. And I know a lot of you always say when I tell this story, but look at you now. And that's what I wanted to say to individuals who are dealing with this, and it seemed to be hitting you in your self-esteem. Don't worry about where it is now, because you're going to look back and, just like me, look at you now, and just know that because you have imperfections now doesn't make you less beautiful. And people who are absent-minded, who are insensitive and ignorant, those are the people that are teasing you. It has nothing to do about you. You are still fearfully and wonderfully made, and I want you to know that. Put the choke up here. So let's get into hyperpigmentation, what it is, and what we can do to help you get on the right track. I know what I went through, and this is the reason why I started Sean K Beauty, to bring education. Yes, a lot of people are on here just selling you products, but I want to give understanding, because there's nothing like everybody throwing products your way and it's not working for you, and you're still frustrated, and it's like it's still not working, and your self-esteem is taking another hit, right? Because you get hopeful that this product is going to work, and then it doesn't. And then you're back down in the dumps, even worse than you were before. And that's why this is such a sensitive topic. And this is the reason why Sean K Beauty will continuously be Sean K Beauty when it comes to skincare, because again, you can hide your imperfections all you want with foundation, but when you take that makeup off, it still is triggering when you see those dark spots. It's still making you feel a certain way. And that's why I wanted to do this topic today. So here is the epidermis. In the epidermis, there's something called the basal layer. The basal layer is where the melanocytes live. Those are the cells that produce melanin that is causing the hyperpigmentation. I don't want you to look at them as the bad guy, even though they're causing the darkening of your skin. That is the skin's protective mechanism when it produces melanin, when the skin is either triggered or irritated. And there's 4 main causes of hyperpigmentation. So think of it as the skin's ink, but it is a way to protect the skin when it is either triggered or irritated. So one of the causes of hyperpigmentation is post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation. This happens from bug bites, burns, using like abrasive skincare like scrubs, razor bumps, ingrown hairs. Those are some of the things that will cause it. Even with eczema as well as acne, that will cause your hyperpigmentation. What happens is those melanocytes get this signal like, oh my gosh, we got a problem. Let's produce more melanin as a response to protect the skin. And that's what happens as to why you see the skin getting darker and darker, which is the reason why they tell you to use a sunscreen, especially after you've already cleared the skin. You definitely don't want to repeat that same cycle. Okay, so the second cause, hormones. And we hear the term melasama. Hormones, when you're going through these changes, make the melanocytes very sensitive. So thyroid issues, birth control, pregnancy, if you're exposed to heat or the sun, it's going to trigger those dark colored patches on the skin, whether it's on your forehead or your cheeks or other parts of the body. And women who especially have gone through most of their life with clear skin and then they end up with hyperpigmentation, I feel like it is the most traumatic, because it's like, now I've got to adapt to having my skin like this while I'm already in a sensitive state with having this baby. And now I've got to learn how to get rid of this, and will this go away? So now this is another worry for me. I feel you on that. Even kids who are going through puberty, it's very triggering, because before puberty, your skin is clear, and then when puberty happens, which was my case, right? It sends your self-esteem from being up to now being in the trash. Let's talk about heat and skin friction, because heat alone can actually trigger your hyperpigmentation. Doing yoga, on the hot stove, sweaty workouts, saunas, those kind of things can cause hyperpigmentation too. The friction also is irritating the skin. So let's say you're wearing tight clothes, your underarms, your elbows, thighs rubbing, those kind of things cause hyperpigmentation too, and trigger the melanocytes to produce melanin. So heat as well as friction. It's not just the sun. And of course we know the fourth one, which is the obvious one, which is sun exposure, right? UV rays, UV light, they trigger melanin production. You don't even have to be in the sun very long. The dark spots that you have become darker, or it triggers the first sign of hyperpigmentation because the melanocytes are trying to protect the skin. So now I want to walk you through things that you can do, or these products that I'm going to recommend, and why they work well for getting rid of hyperpigmentation. Getting into these products, I really wanted to give a little backstory about this brand, because it was founded by Olamide Olowe. Hopefully I'm saying that right. And she was a pre-med student, also with a degree in entrepreneurship. And I wanted to really talk about her because, just like me, she had skincare conditions with hyperpigmentation and ingrown hairs, and this is the reason why she started this brand. And what I really wanted to say is, this company has taken off. It's in Sephora. We see it all over social media. And what I really love is that it's a Black-owned business, and that is Topicals. This is the pairings that I got along with the eye patches in a bundle. I showed you all in my Sephora haul. I showed you these products along with the eye patches, and it was only $25. But one of the key ingredients in this product is TXO, and I've talked about TXO before. TXO, tranexamic acid, was one that was very prominent in the discoloration serum from Good Molecules. I did that many years ago. That video still gains traction and people still buy from that video, and I'm super excited because that supports my channel and it really helps me to, you know, buy equipment and all that stuff that I need to do videos. It also shows me that people appreciate this kind of content as well. Well, TXO, you don't need a lot of it for it to work, which was the reason why I did that video, because people were ripping Wayne Goss back in the day, a new one on Instagram, because they saw 70% water in that particular product. But TXO is so strong that you need a lot of water. It's like bleach. When you put bleach in your clothes in the laundry, you don't use a lot of bleach. And the water that comes into the washing machine is much more than the amount of bleach that you use, but the bleach is so concentrated it still whitens your clothes. That's the same thing about TXO. Tranexamic acid is just that powerful. So that's what's in here, as well as azelaic acid, which is also another really great one for exfoliating the skin, bringing cell turnover, and it's gentler than your glycolic or your salicylic, because glycolic and salicylic can be very aggressive and they're small in molecular structure. Check my acne series out, I've talked about them a lot. And so they penetrate the skin quickly. So you want azelaic because it's a bigger molecular structure. It's going to do the turnover for you, but it's not going to be as harsh. Does that make sense? And especially when you're using something with TXO in it, you don't want to use a lot of harsh active ingredients. So that's going to clear up your dark spots. There's niacinamide in here as well, and niacinamide is really great for evening out the skin tone. So have I been enjoying this product? Absolutely. You can see I have already been using it and it's almost done. And I just bought this in the Sephora haul video. Not only is it great for my face, but it's also great where I saw there was imperfections. Again, that friction and heat that I talk about. Ladies, if you can attest to this, when you're wearing a bra and it's rubbing underneath and it leaves that discoloration, this works well to get rid of that as well. Also, I haven't started using the beauty bar, but this bar also has actives in it to help you get rid of that hyperpigmentation. So dynamic duo here, and I will leave the bundle below, but I will also leave a la carte each one of these, just in case you guys want to just buy the serum, or you might just want to buy the bar. But I always say you get more bang for your buck when you go after bundles. So you're sensitive to glycolic and salicylic, it's too aggressive. I want to recommend something with a bigger molecular structure to break up that melanin. It's slower, still effective, but gentler on the skin because it's not penetrating as fast. It's also going to be one that's really going to prevent further inflammation, which we don't want inflammation. We don't want anything to trigger a hyperpigmentation even more. Paula's Choice 6% Mandelic acid. I have showed this before. This is almost finished, and it also has 2% lactic acid as well. This is going to even out your skin tone. It's also going to bring a glow to the skin, get rid of that dullness, and it's a gentle exfoliant. I highly recommend this. I use this as well. It gives a brightening to my skin. I don't want you all to think like it's just topical treatments that I do. I also drink chlorophyll in my water. I do a lot of biotin and phytoproteins. I show that a ton. I put that in my coffee all the time to help my skin to have a glow and to look, for your skin to look more resilient and for you to look younger. These are some of the things that I actively do. I want you to not just think topically, I also want you to think about what you're ingesting as well. Eating a lot of greens, drinking a lot of water, those things help too. Do not find yourself eating junk food, drinking a lot of sodas, and then going after stuff like this and then expecting your skin to be... Just remember, the microbiomes of the face work with the microbiomes of the gut, and that helps with skincare. So it's not just outward what we're doing or topically what we're doing, it's also what we're doing inwardly too, what we're ingesting. Now, I absolutely love this brand, and I probably need to show his brand more on my channel because I stand by this man. And that is Ole Hendrickson. And this is the Glow 2 OH Dark Spot Toner. Now, here's the thing. This has glycolic acid in it. If you are not sensitive to glycolic acid, this would be your jam. It also has lactic acid to help to smoothen out the skin. Glycolic goes in fast, gets rid of that hyperpigmentation, evens out the skin, gets rid of dark spots. It even sometimes can minimize the size of your pores. Another ingredient in here that is controversial is witch hazel, but it works along with other acids quicker to help even out the skin. Witch hazel, a lot of people who are oily skin, they like to use it because it definitely helps with getting rid of a lot of oil. So you'd see Fenty uses witch hazel in some of their skincare products, and witch hazel is in here as well. So if you can stand with witch hazel, then, and you can stand glycolic acid, this would be a good one. However, I would not use this a lot if you are sensitive. If you are, I don't know if I recommend this if you're sensitive skin. I just gave you one for sensitive skin. I wouldn't recommend this if you are dry skin to use over and over and over again. With this one, people who can withstand glycolic acid, who are oily and don't have a problem with witch hazel, this would be the thing that you're going to use. Again, witch hazel is great for minimizing the size of the pores. It's also great for controlling oil and working with those acids to help you get an even skin tone. Hopefully you all found this video to be helpful. I don't want to go down the rabbit hole of making this too difficult, too science heavy, but you need to know what they do. What are the key ingredients in them to help me to get to evening out my skin tone, getting rid of the hyperpigmentation and the dark spots. And I want you all to do a patch test in the middle of your elbow for 72 hours. Y'all know I always talk about it because I'd rather you get irritated in the middle of your elbow than directly onto the face.